On day 1, I spawned in as SpongeBob SquarePants. I was in front of my pineapple home with my friends, celebrating my birthday. Thanks, everyone.
I'd miss it for the world, buddy.
Suddenly, lightning struck down all around us as Plankton's computer wife came charging in. Karen?
Plankton has failed countless times to take over the Bikini Bottom, so now I'm taking it into my own hands.
As she said this, she began to grow and changed into a much more powerful mech. She shot out deadly lasers, destroying everything in sight. No! All of my friends thought we weren't going to make it until a strange power washed over all of us. We each began to transform, and as the power hit me, my body changed as well. I had turned completely diamond. I gained 5 more hearts and new powerful abilities to defend myself. Whoa, what just happened to us?
It's too late. Soon, the Bikini Bottom will be mine.
She charged up another attack, summoning a large whirlpool in the middle of the party. This caused all of us to be pulled in and be thrown out across the Bikini Bottom. On day 2, I was flung across the Bikini Bottom and landed right in the middle of our amusement park, Glove World. This is bad. If Karen is serious, the whole Bikini Bottom is doomed. I have to do something. Just then, I heard a scream from above. Patrick came crashing down at the top of the Ferris wheel. His body had been transformed into copper, and because of this, the Ferris wheel's mechanism began to malfunction.
SpongeBob, what's happening?
Hold on, buddy. I rushed towards him as the other fish around started to panic.
I just wanted to buy a glove!
When I got to the base of the machine, I saw that electricity was overpowering it, threatening to blow the entire place up. Barnacles! Stay in there, Patrick!
I think I'm gonna be sick.
I focused on my new powers and sent out a blast of diamond bubbles. This turned anything it touched into diamond blocks, which powered down the machine. Oh, that was close.
Nice job, buddy. I can't believe Karen went all crazy on us like that.
I know, but we'll find a way to stop her. As I said this, a group of Glove World guards came running up to us.
What's going on in here?
Can't you tell? We saved the day.
They didn't think so and ran in, blasting the 2 of us back with tasers.
Ah! You're going to Glove World Jail!
On day 3, Patrick and I were thrown into a cell underneath Glove World.
Now sit here and think about what you did.
No, wait! We didn't do anything! I tried to blast the bars, but all it did was turn them into diamond. Okay, that didn't work.
Oh, wait, I feel funny.
Without hesitation, Patrick's head came right off of his body. What the? Do we all have new powers? With Patrick's copper abilities, he squeezed right through the bars and easily opened the door. Wow, that was amazing.
What was?
But before I could answer, one of the patrolling guards took notice.
Hey, we've got some runners!
Oh no! Alarms started to go off in the area as the 2 of us ran for our lives. We rounded the corner and saw a large factory floor below. Look, there's the exit. More guards started to appear below though and shoot up at us with glove cannons.
Time to teach you hooligans a lesson!
Run! We began to leap between the conveyor belts, trying our best to avoid their attacks.
Oh, my eye!
As we got near the exit, the last jump was too far. Hold on! I shot out my bubble once again, creating a platform of diamond blocks.
Oh! Oh!
I jumped across as well, finally making it to the exit. On day 4, we safely escaped back up to the surface and away from Glove World.
All this running is giving me a headache.
Tell me about it. I then noticed a strange jellyfish floating in the distance. Wait a minute, is that made out of diamond too? I have to get it. I left Patrick behind and rushed after the diamond jellyfish. It led me to a small mountaintop with natural diamonds all around. I feel connected to this place. I was about to go up and grab the jellyfish when suddenly a large net fell around it. What the?
Thanks for making this easy on me, you porous freak!
I looked up to see Amethyst Plankton?
Yes! The power of this sweet, sweet diamond jellyfish will be mine!
He began to fire out explosive amethyst clusters, trying to take me down. What are you doing? I was blasted down to low hearts from his attacks, but in his recklessness, he broke open his own net. Now's my chance. I ran up to the jellyfish and was able to collect it, causing its power to spark in me. I gained 5 more hearts, grew larger in size, and now had even more diamond powers. I turned towards Plankton to blast him away when suddenly a magic explosion shot out and knocked me back. Whoa! There, appearing before me, was the powerful...
Oh dear, Neptune!
Yes, it is I, and you, SpongeBob, have been chosen.
What are you talking about?
You and 6 others are now carrying my power, the power of the oars. It seems you've already found one of the others, but all 7 of you must unite in order to stop Mecha Karen's evil takeover. If you can't, all will be lost.
With that, King Neptune vanished. That's the only way to save the Bikini Bottom? We have to try. But as I said this, I heard the sound of music? I know that sound from anywhere. Squidward! On day 5, I made my way towards the music until I saw Iron Squidward playing his clarinet outside of the Bikini Bottom Theater.
Oh dear, Neptune! My ears!
Everyone's a critic.
Squidward, you were chosen by the oar too. Come on, we gotta go.
Don't start with me, SpongeBob. Someone stole my sheet music, and now the crowd is going to hate me.
I looked inside the theater and saw that a crowd was gathering for a talent show, and its prize was another diamond jellyfish. A way to get stronger. You need to win this. And how about a deal? If I help you, you'll help me stop Karen and let me have that prize.
All I care about is being noticed as a musician. You have a deal, SpongeBob.
Squidward led me to the city as we looked for his lost sheet music. But as he rounded the corner, I heard something behind me. What was that?
Aha! There you are!
I cautiously made my way over to Squidward just as he picked up the music. But as he did, the streetlights suddenly shut off. What the?
SpongeBob!
I turned around to see an ominous shadow staring right at us. Hi there. Are you heading to the talent show too?
No, SpongeBob. That's the hash.
Slinging slasher! And my talent is killing idiots like you!
Oh no! The slasher began to charge in, chasing the 2 of us as we ran for our lives. I tried to blast him back, but he sent out bloody slashes that flew through the air. We need to hide, now! We dashed into the nearest building and got into its elevator. We finally made it to the top and ran out onto the roof.
All right, I think we're safe.
Are you?
The slasher jumped down and came in for the kill. However, I quickly dodged out of the way with a sudden burst of speed. Whoa! I looked over and saw that Squidward was playing his sheet music, giving me a boost of power. I leapt into action as his song made me much faster than before. With it, I was able to blast the slasher head on, sending him flying off the rooftop.
No! This will not be the end!
What was that? I didn't catch that last part.
Forget him. We need to get back to the talent show.
On day 7, Squidward and I barely made it back to the theater in time for the show.
Next up, Squidward Tentacles.
He walked out on stage and began to play. His inspirational song rang out as everyone seemed to enjoy the performance.
It's beautiful!
Everyone started to clap as Squidward proudly came over to me. Great work, bud.
All right, now for our last contestant, named QT Pie.
Look at at it. It's adorable.
I think we have a winner here, folks.
Wait, what? The duck's cuteness had completely won over the crowd. But just then, something began to happen as it started laughing.
Stupid fish! This will be easier than I thought!
The cute duck suddenly started to grow and turned into a horrifying mech. Ah! It roared out as it began to kill every fish in sight.
What do we do?
I have an idea, but you're not gonna like it. On day 8, the horrifying mech continued its rampage in the theater.
Ah! Yes, takeover is only beginning! Hey, ugly duckling!
The mech quickly turned around, completely focused on Squidward.
What did you call me?
It was enraged by his words and charged after him. But I was then able to use this opening to run up and break the diamond jellyfish out of its cage. Its power sparked within me once again. I upgraded a second time, gained 5 more hearts, and now had even stronger diamond abilities.
SpongeBob!
Don't worry, I'm ready! I rushed in and used my new power to strike the mech with the heavy blow. It tried to fight back, but I was way stronger now. And with another strike, it was finally taken down for good. Yes! It's okay, everyone. You're all safe now. However, as I said this, Karen's massive form came bursting in the theater.
You destroyed my cutie pie! Now you're going to pay!
She shot out a deadly beam towards me, but I was suddenly shoved out of the way. Huh? Looking up, I saw that Pearl was the one who saved me.
Looks like I got here just in time. Quick, you need to come with me.
On days 9 to 10, with the help of Pearl, I safely escaped the theater as she led me to the Krusty Krab. Inside, I saw Redstone Mr. Krabs was building a large machine.
SpongeBob, me boy, isn't it beautiful?
Yeah. What is it exactly?
It's my very own money-making machine.
As he said this, sparks started to shoot around the room. I got it! I began to quickly run around and put out the fires with my abilities. And any of them that I couldn't reach, I was able to make diamond blocks to get to them.
Dad, is that why you told me to bring him here?
Oh, right. You see, my money machine was perfect until some hooligans down at Goo Lagoon stole my most important piece. Think you can go get it back for me, please? If you do, I'll join your side to fight against Mecha Karen.
Well, in that case, aye, Captain. I ran out of the Krusty Krab and made my way to the Goo Lagoon that was full of people having a party?
Oh, totally wicked Spike, man.
I looked over and saw that a group of fish were playing volleyball with a redstone core. Well, I think I know who stole from Mr. Krabs. On days 11 to 12, I approached the surfers who took Mr. Krabs' redstone part. Hey, I'd like to take back what you stole from my boss, please.
Cha, did you hear the little sponge did?
Cha! Oh, look at him! I bet he can't even tan if he tried! Come on, guys. There has to be some way I can get it back. The surfers then led me over to the beach side.
All right, dude. How about a little race? If you can beat me to that rock and back, I'll give you your ball. And if not, I'll make you the ball.
All right, deal. The other fish and I lined up in the water on a pair of surfboards. On your marks, get set, go! We began to race, but I quickly realized this thing was way harder to control than I expected. Look at that little guy go! The other surfer was much better than me and easily coasted through all the water. I gotta catch up. I shot at my diamond bubbles behind me, which began to propel me forward. With this, I was able to catch up to him as we both turned around after touching the rock.
Tubular skills, SquarePants, but you can't beat me.
We both started charging back when I suddenly saw a fin in the water near me. What the?
Can't get scared now, loser.
But as he said this, a shark leapt out of the water and attacked him. On days 13 to 14, multiple sharks in the water began to come up and attack me and the other surfer. How are there sharks? We're already in water! They were ruthless, but I was able to blast away the ones attacking me. The other surfer, though?
Oh, this is totally not tubular.
Gotta help him! I tried to catch up, but knew I wasn't gonna make it in time. That's when I had an idea and leapt off of my surfboard right into the water. Because of this, my spongy body began to absorb all of the nearby water. Whoa! This caused a large portion of the lagoon to dry up as the sharks helplessly flopped around.
Spongey, you saved me? Yo, you're not so bad after all. Please, take our volleyball. That thing was like too heavy anyways.
Sweet! I hurried back to the Krusty Krab and handed over the redstone core. Order up!
Ah, great job as always, me boy.
Krabs fixed the item into the machine as bags of money started to flood out of it.
Yes, it works.
Glad I could help. Now, about our deal. But before I could say another word, a diamond light flashed from inside the machine. Wait a minute. Is a diamond jellyfish in there? On his command, redstone robots began to rush in from the kitchen. Mr. Krabs! On days 15 to 16, the redstone security guards began to run up and slash me back with their blades. Ah! I blasted into them with my diamond powers, but nothing I did seemed to slow them down.
You think I'd make cheap security? SpongeBob, all that matters to me is me money.
I had to dodge around the room to avoid the robots, but Mr. Krabs hit me into a corner with the bag of money. Ow! I was about to be taken down when we heard a loud bang. Huh? We all looked over and watched as Pearl was using her large size to slam into the machine.
Pearl, darling, what are you doing?
I've had it with this machine. It's making you crazy.
Wait, I'll buy those Boys Who Cry tickets. I promise.
But she didn't listen, and with one final slam, broke open the machine. Because of this, the redstone robots powered down as well, and the diamond jellyfish floated up into the room. I quickly caught it, causing its power to absorb into me. I gained 5 more hearts, and even more diamond abilities. Awesome!
I'm sorry, SpongeBob. Me daughter was right. The money had blinded me.
It's all right, Mr. Krabs. I need your help. Together, we can save the Bikini Bottom. Mr. Krabs agreed, and we all began to leave when I saw a boatmobile rushing by. Wait, was that Gary? Where are you going? On days 17 to 18, I chased after the boatmobile to save Golden Gary. I'm coming, Gary!
What a beautiful day for a drive, don't you think, little one?
Other boatmobiles came racing down the road towards me, causing me to have to dodge around them. Wah!
Watch it, you freak!
I knew I had to get to Gary, so I blasted my bubble downwards, sending me flying up into the air.
What the? My leg?
I thankfully landed down right next to the boat, finally able to get him. All right, Gare Bear, just jump off right into my arms. What? You don't want to? It's me, Gary! You're mad that I left you? I didn't! But before I could explain myself, Gary spit out a golden hairball, pushing me back. I was too slow to keep up now, and watched him and the old fish lady walk into her house.
Come along now, little one. I got some cookies for you inside.
Oh man, I have to get him back. On days 19 to 21, I snuck up to the snail napper's house to search for a way in. I can't let her see me, or I'll never get Gary back.
Oh, I do love my cartoons.
He must be on the second floor. Time to improvise. I shot my bubbles at the ground again, launching me up and onto the roof. Bingo! I slipped inside the window and fell into an upstairs library. I can only imagine what horrors are written in these pages by such an evil person. Wait a minute. Gary? I ran towards the noise, but in my rush, I slipped on a nearby book. Whoa! I accidentally bumped into one of the large shelves as it started to shake. It crashed down, causing a chain reaction to the other shelves. I ran around them as I darted as fast as I could to the next room. Come on! Come on!
Oh, I think my tummy is grumbling.
I barely managed to dodge the last bookshelf and made it into the other room. And there, happily eating a cookie, was Gary. Gary, please listen to me. I didn't mean to leave you, okay? Karen blasted all of us away. I'm gonna make sure that never happens again. You forgive me? Aw, thanks. Now come on, let's go home. We were about to head to the exit when suddenly the nearby wall exploded to reveal a red-screened Karen?
There you are. Karen wants to see you.
Without hesitation, the crazy computer shot out a beam of pure destruction, blasting another hole right through the wall. Gary blasted them back with the golden hairball, giving us an opening. Atta boy, Gary! We dashed out to the street, only to see 2 more Karens appear in front of us.
Well, well, well. It was easier to find you than I thought.
Did you split into 3 computers? But they didn't listen and began to attack. They were extremely strong and fought like copies of Mecha Karen. Gary, get to safety! I created a wall of diamonds to cover his escape, as he made a break for it. But because of this, I was struck head-on with the red Karen's laser. Ah! As all 3 of them began to surround me, I passed out. On days 27 to 29, I woke up inside of Karen's lab in the chum bucket. What the? Let me out of here!
That won't be happening, SpongeBob.
I looked over to see the Mecha Karen and her 3 copies stood around me in the room.
I'm going to take your power and finally put the whole Bikini Bottom under my control.
No! Karen blasted into me with a strange beam that began to use my diamond power to upgrade herself. She suddenly grew and became a much more powerful mech.
Yes! Absolutely nothing can stop me. We're done here. Take him out.
The other Karens charged up an attack to take me down for good, when I was suddenly surrounded in bubbles? Huh? What's going on? In an instant, I was teleported away before they could attack. When I looked around at my new surroundings, I saw that I was teleported into a large castle. There, floating in front of me, was King Neptune again.
Yes, it is I, and I saved you because you have shown great promise in saving the ocean, SpongeBob.
Really? Well, I don't know what to say.
Silence! You, of all the fish that were granted my blessing, are very special. So now you must show me you have what it takes to save us from Karen.
On days 30 to 32, King Neptune led me over to a large trial courtyard inside of his kingdom.
This trial will test all your powers and push them to the limit. And if you succeed, I will grant you another diamond jellyfish.
All right. Wait, what happens if I fail?
You don't want to know.
I began to run through the trial, facing all kinds of ore-themed traps. First were a set of iron hammers that slammed down onto the track. I quickly made walls of diamond blocks to protect me though, and afterward, I was able to make it to the next obstacle. This one was a large pit with emerald platforms.
I'm not impressed yet, Sponge. Let's make this interesting.
I looked over to see that a large clamshell was beginning to close over the diamond jellyfish. No! I leapt between the platforms as lava and fire spewed up from below. The flames struck me to the side, almost knocking me into the lava. However, I was able to propel myself with bubbles and was able to reach the opposite side. Okay, just one more to go. I reached the last obstacle, which was a straight dash for the jellyfish. However, as I ran forward, a giant diamond wave came rushing towards me. On days 33 to 35, the wave crashed into me, knocking me back and taking me down to extremely low health.
Time's almost up.
I looked over to see that the clamshell was about to be closed completely. I can't give up. I rushed forward and leapt over the next wave with my abilities. And the next one, I blasted with my bubbles, turning it into solid blocks. With that, I was just able to make it to the jellyfish right before the shell closed. And because of this, I upgraded once again. I gained 5 more hearts. And now the ability to summon my own Diamond Tsunami at will. Woohoo! That was close.
Great work, little Sponge Man. You truly might be the one who can save Bikini Bottom.
Why don't you come with me? We can fight Karen together.
Oh, me? No, I don't get my hands dirty with you common fish. Off you go.
In an instant, more bubbles swirled around me as I was teleported away. I opened my eyes to see that I was now back in front of my pineapple home. It was being repaired? What the?
Best friend! Oh, you ruined the surprise.
It's all right, Patrick. Let's finish it together. On days 36 to 39, I helped Patrick finish up our homes so that they looked brand new.
I cannot believe I'm saying this, but thank you, SpongeBob.
Just glad we're all safe and sound again. As I said this, I noticed a note was placed on my door.
All right, SquarePants. I'm done with the formalities. I've got your friend, Sandy Cheeks. And unless you give up all your powers to me, she's done for. See you soon.
Sandy? I gotta save her. I rushed over to the coordinates, where I found a massive chemical factory. And there, hanging above the deadly chemicals, was Emerald Sandy.
SpongeBob, help me!
I'm coming, just hold on. But as I jumped onto the center platform, a giant plankton mech fell down in front of me.
I'll squeeze every last drop of diamond power out of you if it's the last thing I do!
It began to fire out powerful beams of energy, pushing me back. Ah! Plankton, stop!
Too late! This is the only way I can get Karen back, and it's by destroying you!
On days 40 to 44, I began to fight against the large mech, as it did everything in its power to try and crush me. My attacks were barely putting a dent in it though, and its beams almost sent me flinging into the chemicals with every hit. Wait, that's it! I waited for the mech to charge in, and when it did, I leapt over it and hit him head on with the full force of my Diamond Tsunami. This sent it falling right into the pit. Haha, take that!
Ha ha ha! Still so gullible.
Huh? I turned around just in time to see that Sandy's cage disappeared. It was a hologram? Suddenly, while I was distracted, Plankton fell down right onto my head and crawled inside of me. Hey!
Why steal your power when I can use it instead?
I felt my body begin to move, totally out of my control. Stop this! Plankton forced me to march into the city as I began to use my powers to destroy everything in sight.
I intend on drawing Karen out so that we can be reunited once again.
I blasted a nearby building, completely destroying it as people around started to panic all around.
Hey, what do you think you're doing?
Turning around, I saw there, facing me down, was Larry the Lobster. Larry, I can explain, it's...
Fight me, you overgrown shrimp!
Plankton's words clearly offended him as he charged in to attack.
Why, you? I'm a lobster!
On days 45 to 47, Larry rushed in and began to punch me with his overwhelming strength.
Come on, Sponge! Fight back!
No! I did everything I could not to attack, but Plankton used my powers to blast at him.
Oh, you're done for now.
He relentlessly chased after me, hitting me down to lower and lower health. I was nearly knocked out, but then Plankton forced me to attack again, knocking him into a nearby house.
Okay, that hurt.
I began to charge up another attack, about to take down Larry for good, when I was suddenly hit from behind.
Hey-ya!
The hit caused Plankton to come flying out of my head, finally freeing me from his control. Whoa, Sandy, you're okay.
Well, I was until I heard you messing the city up.
Gah! My plans were ruined by a rodent? Karen will never take me back now!
Forget about him. I was actually looking for you. Someone needs your help.
I went with Sandy as she led me to her tree home, and there, just outside, was another diamond jellyfish. Sweet! I ran over to collect it, but Sandy jumped in the way.
Wait! Can't you see the little critter is about to die? It doesn't have the strength to give you its power yet.
Well, what are we supposed to do? On days 48 to 52, I made my way over to the toy store in the city. Sandy said I should be able to find something in here? I walked inside, only to see that the place was completely abandoned. What happened? Just then, the entire floor started to crack and fall away, revealing a pure void. Wah! I looked up to see the Flying Dutchman appear, floating in the middle.
This shop now belongs to Davy Jones. And the price for every single toy is just 1 soul.
Think you can get a deal for a returning shopper? He flew into attack as I barely managed to dodge by jumping to a nearby shelf. That's when I noticed that across the room was a jar of diamond jelly. That must be what Sandy was talking about. I rushed towards it, jumping between the shelves to cross the room. But this only made the Dutchman much angrier.
No one escapes the Flying Dutchman!
On days 53 to 56, he was about to blast at me again, so I jumped behind the nearest cover I could find.
Stay away from there!
Huh? I looked over and noticed that I hid next to a shelf with a lone sock? You're worried about this?
Don't touch that! I can't live without my diamond sock.
Oh, really? I quickly grabbed the sock and threw it into the void below.
No!
He flew down after it, giving me the chance to run for the diamond jelly. I picked it up just in time to see the Dutchman flying back towards me.
Now you're really going to pay!
I had to think quickly and sent out another powerful burst of my diamond powers, fully covering the floor in diamond. That should buy me enough time. With that, I was able to safely make it out of the toy store with the jelly. Sorry for not paying, but the fate of the Bikini Bottom is kinda at stake here. I quickly made my way back to Sandy's home, where I saw the diamond jellyfish looked weaker than ever.
Hurry, we don't have much time.
I ran towards it, but before I could reach it, I was blasted back, making me drop the jar.
I told you, no one escapes Davy Jones' locker!
On days 57 to 59, the enraged Dutchman flew in to take me down, but Sandy jumped up and karate chopped him out of the air.
Ain't nobody hurting my friends.
I jumped in to fight alongside her as our attacks started to wear him down, but he sent out another blast, hitting Sandy back. Sandy! I was furious and let out the most powerful attack I could.
What the? No!
My diamond powers exploded out from me, taking down the Flying Dutchman for good.
SpongeBob, look!
I turned around and noticed that my diamond powers had also hit the jellyfish, healing it back to full health. Because of this, I was finally able to grab it, as it granted me its power. I gained 5 more hearts and grew as my diamond body upgraded once again. Ha, that tickled. Come on, Sandy. Your home clearly isn't safe anymore.
You can say that again.
Sandy followed me back to the others, where I built her up a nice tree home next to mine. There you go. I'll make sure no one can hurt you from here. But as I said this, a loud amethyst explosion blasted out in front of me. Ah! What the? I looked over and saw that Plankton had set up a cannon to fire down onto us.
You're done for, SquarePants! Victory will be mine!
On days 60 to 63, Plankton continued to rain down attacks towards me as I ran in. Plankton, you have to stop this!
Never! I must win her back! I must!
He went to fire again, but I was faster and sent out a blast of bubbles that clogged his cannon.
Oh no!
His cannon exploded, causing him to be launched back.
Ah! No! I have to win Karen back!
Please, you and Karen can be together again, but first, we need to stop her. And I'd really like to do that with the second best restaurant owner in town.
Really? You really mean that? Okay, I'll help you. I know where the last jellyfish is.
Great! Then lead the way. I followed Plankton as he led me back to the chum bucket.
Don't be alarmed. My wife's computer system is bound to have the location of the last jellyfish. We just need to get inside without anyone seeing.
We began to sneak inside the front entrance and make our way to the back room when...
Wait, someone's coming!
We quickly took cover as the red screen Karen came charging in.
What was that? I heard someone.
I heard it too. And that voice sounded really annoying.
Hey!
I quickly pulled Plankton back behind cover just before the robots saw where we were.
They're here. Shut this place down.
On her command, the front doors went into lockdown, trapping us inside. That's not good. On days 64 to 68, the Karen robots began to patrol around the room, searching for us. If they find us, we're done for. We moved together, using the shelves as cover to avoid their sight.
We're almost there.
But just as we were about to run into the back room, the third Karen came storming out.
Why are we in lockdown? I'm trying to get my beauty sleep.
Don't yell at me. She started the alarm.
Oh, sorry for doing my job.
Come on, they'll be like this for a while. Speaking from experience.
While they were distracted, the two of us were able to slip into the back room, where we saw the large computer on the back wall. Bingo! However, as I rushed forward, I stepped on a pressure plate, causing a defensive laser trap to shoot off towards me.
Watch where you're going, you fool!
Why didn't you tell me there were? But before I could finish my sentence, the trap had alerted the robots to our position.
There you are.
They started to blast towards us as we rushed towards the computer.
You'll know where to go once you're inside. I'll hold them off.
What are you talking about? Plankton then clicked the button, causing a strange ray to blast out at me and pull me into the computer. Whoa. Whoa! On days 69 to 73, I opened my eyes to see that I was now inside of the computer and completely digital? Cool. I looked over and saw that some floating platforms led to Karen's memory bank. That must be where I need to go. But as I made my first jump, Karen's voice rang out in the area.
Virus detected. Must eliminate.
Sparks began to fly out into the room as the computer itself was trying to destroy me. I'm not a virus, I'm just a fry cook. But it didn't respond and kept trying to blast me with deadly shocks. I continued to leap between the platforms to get to the other side, but some of them began to shift and appear elsewhere. Oh, come on! I had to carefully plan my jumps, trying to avoid the blast as best as I could, until thankfully making it to the memory bank. Once inside, I saw that there was a map of a place called Rock Bottom. Okay, now just to get there and... Wait, how do I get out of here? Just then, another blast of electricity shot down into me. Ugh, I think I'm gonna be sick.
Get out!
I was blasted out once again, causing me to be completely wiped from the system. Thankfully, though, I appeared back in Karen's lab, but Plankton and the others were nowhere in sight? Oh no, I hope he's okay. On day 74 to 77, I quickly followed the map's directions to a cliff and saw that down below was a small town. What is this place?
It's our new feeding ground.
Before I could react, the strange fish bit into me, knocking me down and into the pit. I quickly sent out a spray of diamond bubbles, slowing myself down before I hit the ground. Well, now I'm stuck here. Help! I looked over to see that someone was running towards me in a panic. What's going on?
Just run!
Before he could finish his sentence, he was killed by another anglerfish in a single hit. Oh dear Neptune! The fish tried to come after me next, but I blasted him back with my abilities. Ha ha! Take that! However, our fight had caught the attention of multiple others, and they started to swim up. There's a lot more of you than I thought! I began to run as fast as I could. They were extremely fast and bit into me every chance they could. And in my rush, I had accidentally ran into a dead end. Please, I don't even taste that good. They didn't listen and came in for another hit. But suddenly, the floor below gave out, causing me to fall into darkness. On days 78 to 80, I landed down in a hidden bunker. My head. I looked up to see another glowing fish walking up to me. Please, don't eat me!
Calm down. I'm not going to eat you.
Well, then, can you please tell me what's going on?
Those creepy fish came from the deep tunnel. I was powerless to stop them, but maybe you can.
With no other choice, I agreed to help. And after waiting for the coast to be clear, the fish led me to the surface and pointed over to a tunnel in the side of the pit.
They're in there. But be careful. Something very evil is down there.
Oh, Right. I rushed down the tunnel until I saw a faint diamond light coming from the end, the diamond jellyfish. But as I said this, I heard a terrifying roar that shook all around. This caused chunks of the ceiling to collapse and threatened to crush me. Oh no! I darted forward, dodging around the rubble as I went towards the light. However, I noticed that the end was about to be caved in. I was able to make a platform of diamond blocks to keep the rubble from falling in. And with that, I made it underneath and jumped into the next room. Woohoo! My celebration was cut short as I realized the diamond glow wasn't coming from the jellyfish, but a massive anglerfish. Oh dear, Neptune!
What are you doing in my feeding grounds?
Looking for the bathroom?
Get out!
The massive fish swam in to attack. Its gigantic size made it almost impossible to dodge its deadly bite. And when I ran away to get some distance, it would blast me with a diamond attack. Ah, wait, did it eat the last jellyfish? The monster wasn't giving me any chance to recover and kept ruthlessly chasing after me. I finally got a hit off with my diamond powers though, causing something to happen with him. The jellyfish, it's reacting to my attacks. I started to put on the pressure now, laying into the beast with everything I had. And finally, with one more blast, I took it down for good. There, floating down in front of me, was the last diamond jellyfish. I grabbed it, causing one final surge of power to rush through me. I now had 40 hearts and became the most powerful creature in the entire ocean. Yes! Alright, I think I'm finally ready to take down Mecha Karen. On days 86 to 90, I made my way back to my home. But when I arrived, I saw a crowd of Bikini Bottom citizens gathered around.
I'm sorry, but you have to find somewhere else to stay.
Now, wait a second, Squidward. Maybe we can make some money off of this.
All these people are trying to hide from Karen? Patrick, let's get to work. With that, we quickly built up some new homes and shelters for all of them to live in. And as they were all settling in, Sandy came running up to me.
Hey, where's that plankton fella?
I don't know. I just hope he's safe. We need him. As I said this, I heard a voice call out nearby.
SpongeBob! SpongeBob!
Hey, you're all right. What happened?
I'm sorry. This was the only way to win her back.
What are you talking about? Suddenly, an explosion started to rain down all around me as Karen and her robots came charging into the base.
Finally, I've got you. The Bikini Bottom will be mine.
My friends tried to fight back as much as they could, but they were all forced to run for their lives.
Get over here, you snail.
No! On days 91 to 94, I rushed after the robot, chasing Gary as we ran towards Glove World. He used his small size to move through the park, thankfully dodging the robot's attacks. Stay away from him! I sent out a diamond tsunami, shoving the robot back and into the Ferris wheel.
You idiot sponge! No one can stop us, not even you!
She was about to unleash a powerful attack when something began to happen to it.
Barnacles.
The wheel collapsed onto the robot, taking her down for good. Nice one, Gary.
You'll never take me alive!
Oh no, Mr. Krabs! I sprinted towards the noise to see that another robot had cornered him in the Goo Lagoon.
Your penny pinching days are over, Krabs.
I'd be more worried about yourself.
Huh?
As she turned around, I blasted into her with my full power, sending her flying into the lagoon, taking her down for good.
I knew I could count on you, me boy.
SpongeBob, I found the others, but you're not gonna like it.
On days 95 to 99, I followed Sandy's direction to the Bikini Bottom Theater and saw that the inside had been fully turned into a death trap. There, hanging up above the lava, were Patrick and Squidward.
Best friend!
Don't worry, I'm coming! But before I could reach them, I was blasted back.
You may have been able to defeat two of us, but I won't go down so easily.
Now, I'm going to kill 2 of you!
She flipped a lever, causing the bottom of the cages to slide open.
Hurry, you idiot! Save us!
We began to fight as the Karen robot was doing everything she could to keep me away from the control panel. Every time I would get close, her powerful attacks would just launch me back. No! I sent out a blast of bubbles at the robot in my rage, fully encasing her in diamond. This allowed me to run up to the controls, but it was already too late. My friends' cages were fully open, causing them to fall. Thankfully, I was able to make a platform to save Squidward. I ran over to the other side, but Patrick was nowhere to be seen. No, I couldn't save him.
Why do you look so sad, SpongeBob?
Oh, Patrick! I'm so glad you're okay.
Me too. You guys got any food?
As he said this, I began to hear loud explosions sounding off in the distance. That must be her. On day 100, I ran towards the city, where I saw the massive form of Mecha Karen was destroying everything in sight.
Oh, sweetie, it's everything I've ever wanted. The city is ours.
Ours? Bikini Bottom is mine to rule now. Something you were always too weak to accomplish.
I watched as she sent out another blast, causing Plankton to fly back. Plankton!
There you are, SquarePants. You're too late. No matter what powers you have, you're nothing compared to me.
We'll see about that. I rushed in and began to leap between the rooftops to fire out everything I had at her. She fought back just as hard and was easily the strongest enemy I'd ever faced. But I could tell in my upgraded form, we were barely evenly matched.
You're so annoying!
She sent out another attack, hitting me off of the rooftops. I was now extremely low on health, and she was coming in for a final hit.
Say goodbye to your precious city.
She charged up her final attack to take me down, but just then, I noticed Plankton? He angrily leapt up and jumped on her head.
Get out of there!
While she was distracted, I used this opportunity to run up and unleash my new attack, the Diamond Vortex. This caused the power she took from me all those days ago to surge back into me and return Karen to her original form. Haha! Yes! We did it! And with that, the entire Bikini Bottom could now finally live in peace.